Okay, it's time for the Lord's Prayer. No, I'm sorry. This is a one-speaker meeting. Please welcome our speaker tonight, Leon.
My name is Leon. I'm an alcoholic. I also suffer from a massive opiate deficiency. I have absolutely nothing original to say about recovery. Anything pertinent I have to say was given to me by this program, by the 12 Steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, by the Big Book, by the 12 and 12, by going through the steps with a sponsor who has a sponsor as it's outlined in the Big Book, going to lots of meetings, taking commitments, and I probably have even less original to say about using. You know, I'm constantly reminded in rooms like this about the desperate and pathetic things I did to get loaded. And I'm a very dishonest person. I lie to get your... We're only getting beginning, okay? We're only getting started here. I lie to get your approval. More importantly, I lied to avoid your disapproval. I'm a thief. Until I got into this program, I didn't know the extent in which I distorted reality, and still do. And it's important for me to remind myself of this because we read Chapter 5 at most meetings here, and the beginning of Chapter 5 of how this program works tells us about honesty, and that I need to admit to my innermost being that I'm an alcoholic. And what that means, admit, it means I need to allow it to enter. And I have a chance today, if I can be honest. Bear with me tonight. I suffer from a disease called Meniere's disease, and one of the symptoms is vertigo, and it decided to rear its ugly head tonight. So if I'm a little bit wobbly and a little spaced out, you know, so be it. I've heard it said that first a man takes a drink, then a drink takes a drink, then a drink takes a man. And that could be my drunkalogue. I started using at a young age, and I am a real control freak, but this is a progressive illness. And the more I used, the more I limited my life to match my using, till I got to the point where all that was left was running the streets, running game, and trying to get loaded. The man you see before you is not the man that came into this program. I came in so broken. I could not look at myself in the mirror. I could not look you in the eyes. I was an echo of a shadow of a man. I was a half-filled mask. I had nobody in my life except for my mom, and she was really pissed off because she had no spoons. The irony of that is the last 6 years of my using, I lived with my mom and I stole absolutely everything she had. I was at the pawn shop so often that they invited me to the Christmas party. This is an amazing program. What we get to do and what we do to stay sober one day at a time, the transformations that happen blow me away. You heard it through the birthdays, and I'm constantly touched and moved by this program. I was raised here in Southern California. My mom said that when I came out, I came out with my own ideas. You know, I'm real stubborn. I'm a know-it-all. I am arrogant. And I didn't know until I got to this program to the extent in which I hate myself, in which the extent that I loathe myself, that I minimize, distort, and really aren't in touch with who I really am. I have an older brother, an older sister. They're about they're 3 years older and 4 years older than me. I always felt separated from them. They were close. They got to do what they wanted to do together. And I was younger. I was always a tag along. They were always pushing me aside, making me feel unwanted. And I was really jealous of my brother. I wanted to always be doing what he was doing. And the last thing in the world he wanted was me around. The kids around the corner from me used to run and hide. They wouldn't play with me. I was a strange kid, and they let me know that. My parents fought a lot. They got divorced when I was young, and I never had an example of what a healthy relationship was like. All these things, though, these are not why I'm an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic because I suffer from the disease of alcoholism. Okay, that once I take a substance into my body, I have an allergy of the body, that I either don't stop or I don't know, I can't predict what's going to happen, and which puts on the craving of the phenomenon of craving and obsession of the mind. Those put together create the spiritual malady. Now, the best definition I've heard of a spiritual malady is trying to fix something inside with something outside of us. And I did that. I did that with lying. I did that with drinking. I did that with drugging. I did that with shopping, with a whole host of ways to just not be with myself. That's the hardest thing to do, is just to be with myself. And in fact, the biggest lie I tell myself is that I'm not okay, that I'm inadequate. And that's why it's important for me to talk about honesty, because none of us are inadequate. That's, I don't need her to fix me. I don't need, a house to fix me. I don't need a car to fix me. I need to get out of my way and get relieved from the bondage of self and have a connection with a power greater than myself. That God's will is happening all around us at all times, and I suffer from Leon. I pretty much do. And the beautiful thing about this program is it's given me the tools to be able to look at that, to know that we are all children of God, that we all have a place to be here. And we're all supposed to be here. I've been kicked out of every rehab I've been in. I've been kicked out of every sober living I've been in. I remain to be stubborn, and I did so many pathetic things. It's really not worth going into it. When I start to get into my drunkalog, I kind of feel my ego coming out and that I'm trying to brag. I ended up on the streets, a crackhead junkie, and I went up to county rehab, and I got kicked out of there in 6 days. And my mom picked me up. Why she did, I don't know. She's an amazing enabler in my life, and may you all be blessed with one like this as well. But my path is my path. It's led me to where I am, and the people in it, and what have you. I wouldn't change anything for the world. But she made a deal with me that I had to go to another rehab. And I went into this rehab. I kicked heroin one more time inside. And but I'm a smart alcoholic. I'm the kind that came in rewriting the big book, Yeah, but you just don't understand. Because if you understood, you'd agree with me. But they said something really simple to me. They said psychology doesn't have an answer for what you are. Medical science doesn't have an answer for what you suffer from. Religion, therapy. But somehow, for the last 70-plus years, the big books of Alcoholics Anonymous, the 12 steps, have somehow been able to give people a relief, a reprieve, one day at a time, and a chance to live a normal life, whatever that is, to live sober. Why don't you give it 30 days to the best of your ability, and see what happens. I exhaled like I hadn't exhaled in years, It was like a weight had been lifted off of me. I didn't have to hold the world up. I didn't have to do this thing. And they're right. This program works. This program works as well as you work it. It was pointed out about unity, service, and recovery. If you're working a full program, these become indistinguishable from each other, okay? That, if I am going to be going through the steps with my sponsor, I'm going to take commitments, okay? I'm going to be of service to people. And commitments aren't the only way to be of service. You can be of service in everything that you do. You go to work, you be of service to your employers, and you be in service to your employees. I'm in service. I try to be of service to everybody that I come across. If you're going to be of service, you need to be unified with people. You need to be connected. I connect with a higher power through other people. I connect. Every morning I wake up, I ask God to carry me through another day. I pray to be of maximum love and service. Then I have a little meditation ritual. If you are going to be of service, you're going to be putting recovery into action. And these become indistinguishable from each other. This is an inside program. This is a program where we make changes, inside of us. Because nothing outside of me is ever going to be enough. It's never going to be right. When I was growing up, I never felt like I got my dad's approval. Now, I've come to learn that he may have been giving it to me, but until I was able to be aware of it, it was meaningless. I was the type that, you could tell me, oh, you're smart. I'm like, well, aren't I cute? Well, you're cute. Well, I'm a good athlete. Don't you know that? It was never the right way. It was never put in the right thing. But I show up for my dad a couple times a month at least. I go over there and I try to be the best son I can be, and that's the end of the story. My dad was the all-star of my fourth step. I had more resentments against him. I carried a lot of anger, a lot of shame, and but by doing what we do in these rooms, by showing up just one day at a time, not worrying what type of father he is, not worrying about what he can do for me, but how can I be a good son? And I don't have the father I want. I have something much more moving. I want the father I have. And the type of changes that we make by showing up, by being the best son I can be, by being the best brother I can be, and allowing people to be who they are allows me to be who I am. I've made a lot of changes in life that run along the lines of, I'm never late anywhere, okay? I'm not always where I say I'm going to be, when I say I'm going to be, but if I'm always where I'm supposed to be, I'm not going to buy into that energy. I pick up the phone, I make a call, because I can't beat it. It's not worth the fight. No one ever cuts me off. They can't cut me off if I let them in. These, are really simple tools. But for someone like me, I fought everything tooth and nail. And it comes as a result of learning how to love myself, which is a direct result of working this 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, taking lots of commitments. When I show up for commitments, when I do the stuff I do, it's not like I do this and then I'm going to have my time. All of it is my time. Because when I'm able to show up and be of service for you, I'm really being of service to me. And there's really no difference. So that the more I'm able to love myself, the more I'm able to love you. And that there really becomes no difference. And it's only my ego that separates me. My ego that, wants to be satisfied, that wants to be different, that wants to be right. And, we learn to pause when agitated. We cease to fight anybody or anything. We practice restraint of pen and tongue in here. And it takes a lot of work for an alcoholic like me. I have a lot of commitments. I'm in Nicotine Anonymous as well. I work hard, but the results are way beyond my wildest dreams. I'm not somebody who thinks he should be dead. That's not my story. My having had a spiritual awakening is I get the fact that I'm not. I get the fact that I've been carried to this moment by a power greater than myself. That through all the crap and shit I did, that I made it. I'm given an opportunity for redemption. I'm given an opportunity to leave a wake of positivity, to actually repair things. That's what to mend means. Mend means to repair. And that, one of the reasons why I minimize my birthday, part of it's the old behavior, the old ideas of self-loathing. Another thing is, nothing really changed from yesterday to today. But when I made amends to my mom, I was absolutely blown away because I was truly the tornado in her life, and I stole everything she had. And I had to start at least making financial amends to her. And she goes, I really, appreciate, you saying this, but I'm okay. I'm like, but Mom, I have to, do this to stay sober. And she's like, I know. What I want you to do is, your sister's not okay. My sister has got a schizoaffective disorder. She does not take her medication, and she's incapable of taking care of herself. And my mom's like, I want you to start sending her money, that all of my destructive behavior, all of the stuff that I took from the world, not only, I'm not paying it back to my mom, I have an opportunity to really help, somebody. And those opportunities only arise by working a program like this one day at a time. If you're new, I want to welcome you. I don't really, there's plenty of people here in the rooms that will tell you what to do. I just want to say, just afford yourself an opportunity. This is, for someone like me, it's the only game in town, I'm comfortable with myself. There's nothing more profound than that. And and I'm truly grateful. I appreciate everyone being here and listening to me. Thank you very much.